Hello everyone and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to cover collection data types, which is simply a group of the same or different data types stored visually as a C or C++ arrays. What I mean here by visually is that when we declare one of these collections, we write it in a sequential format, meaning one by one in line. And for the ones that are not familiar with C arrays, simply it's a famous data structure known with its fixed size, memory efficiency, and stores homogeneous data, meaning it stores data of the same type. Not contiguous in memory unlike C or C++, means that the data in memory is not sequential. And that's because some uses the concept of pointers while the other uses hash tables, which are two topics well known within the C community. Currently we have 4 types that we will cover in this video, that are lists. Changeable means that we could append, insert, or delete some elements using indexes. Ordered means that the element within a list have a certain order, and not unique means that the elements inside allow for duplicates. A set is not changeable means that after we create a set, we can't change the element within it. Unordered means that the data does not follow a certain order, and unique means that this set does not allow for duplicates. Tuples not changeable, ordered, and not unique. And dictionaries are changeable currently in Python 3.7 and afterward, ordered and unique. First, we will start with lists. To declare a list, we simply assign it to a variable. Let's say here list var equals. We use the open brackets. Inside these brackets, let's set our values. For example, numerical values. Let's declare another variable with heterogeneous data types, for example, numerical, float, string, and let's print these two values. As you can see, here is our first list, and here is our second list. The way we access elements in this list, we could simply use indices, like for example, value1 equals list var, open brackets, and the first value, the index 0, for the second, index 1, and let's print this first and second value, as we can see here, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. There is a method that I don't recommend, which is enrolling. It's a way to retrieve values and store them, and store each one of them in a variable. For example, v1, v2, and v3 equals list var. This means that v1 will have the first value, v2 will store the second value, and v3 will store the third value. And let's print them. Here, one of the known methods is the append method. Let's say list var dot, and let's append a value. As you can see here, a description, append object to the end of the list. When we specify a value here, it will store this value in the end of our list. Here we have 1, 2, 3, let's store 4, and let's print our new list after the append. As we can see here, 4 is in the last position. There is another method that we could use indices to store our values, which is the insert method. Here we specify a value to insert in a certain position. For example, let's store the number 0 in the very first position. So here, index 0, we will store the value 0. Let's print our list variable. And this method will preserve the number of elements and will add a new column to our list. Let's print. As we can see here, now we have 5 elements, while in the last list we had 4 elements. The third method is extend, and this uses a list to extend another list. So here we will use our list var, our first list, and we will extend it by our second list, list var 2. The result of this will be the first list. Obviously it's not this because we had used some methods here, so we will use this list and we will extend it by the second list. So the result will be, as you can see here, this is our first list, and starting from 1 we have our second list. There is a method to remove values, which is pop, and this we specify the index of the element that we want to remove. For example, let's remove from our extended list this name string, which is the last element. Of course, we could specify the index normally, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We could use here 7, or in Python we could use -1, and this -1 means that starting from the last element, grab me the very first element. Starting from the very last, give me the very first element, which is here our string name. Or simply we could use the normal positive indices. So this will give us the same result as this. This. Let's test the very first one. As we can see here, name is removed, or -1. As we can see here, it gave us the same result. There is also another method or operation to delete a value or a range of values from a list. We could use the del operator, and we specify our list. We should index our values. For example, let's say we want to delete the 2 value, which is in index 0, 1, 2. So we say here 2, and let's print our list variable. So let me comment this so we could use it. After we print, here we could see that our value 2 is removed from the list. Also, we could specify a range of values that we want to delete. For example, let's say I want to delete 2, 3, and 4. So the index here will be 2, 3, 4. Let's say 2 till I reach the element 4. But here I have also to add one element, cause this operation will start from the index 0. So our first element is index 0. If I want to delete the 4th element, I have to specify index 5. This will be from 2 to 5. So it's like, and 5 won't be included. Let's print it. And here, as you can see, we have 0, 1, which is this 2. 2 is deleted. 3 is deleted. 4 is deleted. And then we have 1 and 5, which are these 2 values. We'll create a tuple. Here we have tuple 1. We have to use a parenthesis, and let's insert the values inside. For example, 1, as we used before, 1, 2, 3. Let's print our tuple. Here is our tuple. And as I said before, the main point for a tuple is that it's immutable. So when we want to use any other method to append or delete element from a tuple, we cannot, as we can see here. Also, we could print the type of this variable. We simply use the type function, and then we specify our variable, which is here tuple1. Let's print it. As we can see here, it is of class tuple. For the third type, we have sets, which are not changeable and immutable. We cannot change the values after we create a set. Also, in order, this means that the set does not preserve the order of the elements, and unique, so the set does not allow for duplicates. Let's see, for example, set1 equals, and to declare a set, we simply use open curly brackets. Let's specify our values 1, 2, 3, and print our set. Let's also print type of set1, which is of class set. What I mean by unordered here is that let's try set2 1 5 8 2. Here 1 is the first element, 5 is the second element, 8 is the third, and 2 is the last element or fourth element. This is what we see with our eyes. But if we want to print our set internally, the set won't save or store these values in an ordered way. Also, we cannot access this element using indices as we saw with the lists. This print gave us 8, 1, 2, 5, which is not the same as our set values. And lastly, the sets does not allow for duplicates. For example, let's say 1, 1, 5, 5, 2, 7, and let's print our set tree. Here we only see the unique values that our set have. And for our last type, we have the dictionaries, which are unique, so they only store unique values and does not allow for duplicates. It stores the data in a key value sequence, where each element of a dictionary has a unique key that represents it, and to access these elements, we use these keys. Let's declare a dictionary To represent a person, we use the same as sets, curly brackets, and we specify a key and then a value. So here a key and here a value. The first key will be 1 with the value name, the second key and the third key. And as I said before, dictionaries are unique, so we can't have the same key for a different value. And also dictionaries are changeable or mutable, so we could update or delete elements as we want. Let's print our dict1. This is our dictionary. Let's get the first value from our dictionary. We simply use dict1 and we specify our key. In our case here, our keys are ints, so let's say 1, and let's print, and our value for key 1 is name. We could delete elements from a dictionary the same as we used with the lists using the del operator. Let's say del dict1, and this will delete our first value and key here, as we can see. We could update a value inside of our dictionary. We specify our dictionary variable and the index that we want to update. We specify our key here, which is 2 equals, and we specify the value that we want to use. For example here, let's say I want this to be name. I deleted name and this will be now the new name. Let's print our dictionary now. As we can see here, for key 2 the value is name, and for key 3 the value is remaining school.